Our planet is our playground. It offers more to us than we will ever have a chance to experience in our lifetime, and yet asks for nothing more in return than respect.
What's up, everybody? I'm Cassia Metter, and I'm a professional surfer. And as a professional surfer, I spent my pretty much entire life in the ocean. And it's really unfortunate with how polluted the ocean has gotten over the years. And using plastic water bottles is one of the main pollutants of the ocean that I love to live in and surf in and eat out of, because I like sushi too.
From the most remote mountains in Alaska to our local hills, we enjoy what nature has to offer us for pure, indulgent fun. We sled, we ski, we snowboard, and that's what we'll do forevermore. Unless there's no more snow, that is.
I've been filming for snowboard movies about 12 years now, and just things have changed a little bit with the snowpack. We used to film around Lake Tahoe area, and it was always consistent there, but it's not the same anymore. It gets pretty warm there, and the snow is not there, so we got to come up here in Canada and up to Alaska. Pretty much that's where we spend our winters now, and also the winters got a lot shorter. We used to film about mid-May, but now it seems like it's end of March, maybe mid-April, and then it's over. So it's only 12 years and things have changed.
Our planet is in peril. Modern life is so consumer-driven, and goods are so cheap and disposable that it has become normal to fill our trash can up once a day without thinking of where it ends up. Our Earth is suffocating under the weight of it all, and plastic makes up a huge percentage of all of our waste.
Hello, I'm a professional snowboarder, and I do a lot of travels, and I drink a lot of water because that's the best thing you can drink. And drinking from all these different type of plastic bottles, thin plastic, heated plastic, you know, you get a lot of stuff inside you don't really want to get. So just using a stainless steel bottle and refilling your bottle is just a big benefit for the earth and for yourself.
Buying drinking water is a fairly recent phenomenon. Until about the last 10 years or so, it was considered the norm to drink water out of your tap, a well-regulated and virtually free source of water.
That cost me a couple of calories, no money.
Some talented marketing and a few years of exposure down the line, Americans spent more money last year on bottled water than on iPods or movie tickets. $15 billion.
You know, water should be free, and we shouldn't fill up the earth with plastic bottles and all the other little things we can do. So the earlier start, it's just going to be a normal habit, and you're not even going to think about it.
To make bottled water in plastic bottles takes a lot more resources than you might imagine. Did you know that making a bottle of water actually uses 3 times more water than goes into the bottle? Or that plastic water bottles are derived from crude oil, and that 17 million barrels of oil is used annually, enough to fuel more than 1 million cars a year, just to meet America's demands for bottled water? That's a lot of energy, even before the bottles start moving.
So a huge part of being pro snowboarder is travel. And for myself, I found a ton of plastic water bottles for my truck, and that made me realize that I gotta do something about it. Got myself a stainless steel water bottle, refill, and haven't bought a plastic bottle since.
A lot of the bottled water we drink comes from overseas, which means it needs to be shipped or flown, then transported by truck to our local store. Each bottle's natural resource quota is going up all the time. But at least bottled water is safer and purer than tap water, right? Wrong. In the U.S., bottled water is not necessarily cleaner or safer than tap water. Tap water is regulated by the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, under very strict regulations to limit chemicals and bacteria. Unfortunately, bottled water is not required to meet the same standards under the FDA. So the next time you question the water coming out of your tap, you might want to think twice about what is in your bottled water too. I can hear your next question. So how can it be that mountain spring water isn't purer than municipal tap water? And that's where marketing comes in. A big percentage of bottled water is no more than purified municipal tap water. Aquafina is a well-known example of this. In fact, Aquafina now openly states on its website that it originates from public water sources. So what about the cost? A 20-ounce bottle typically costs between $1 and $1.50. Now that's more per gallon than gasoline. Have you ever added up how much that is a year if you only use a couple of small bottles a day? For many people, it works out to be over $1,000 annually. Now think what else you could be spending that on. Tap water, on the other hand, costs on average $1.50 for 1,000 gallons. A reusable bottle pays for itself in about 12 refills. Remember what I said about clever marketing? So that's a lot of things to think about, even before we get to the subject of what happens to the bottle once you've satisfied your thirst. Although disposable water bottles are recyclable, little more than 15% ever get recycled. And many of those are actually exported to China to be recycled. That means that on average, 38 billion plastic water bottles end up in landfills each year. With plastic taking up to 1,000 years to decompose, plastic water bottles is a very real and a very big problem. Sadly, much of the plastic we dispose of reaches one of our biggest playgrounds of all, the ocean. Somewhere in between Hawaii and California is the world's biggest accidental landfill, called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's the size of Texas, filled with approximately 3.5 million tons of trash. Plastic to fish ratios are 6-to-1, and birds and fish are dying from consuming plastic on a daily basis.
Being a professional athlete and stuff, we drink a lot of water. And you might think we drink a lot of energy drinks and stuff like that, but when it comes down to it all, we fill those energy bottles with water, and that's what we drink. And like being a traveler and a big consumer, we just can do those little things, and then we'll get cheaper water and more water, and we don't really pollute anything. So it's a win-win situation for all of us.
So what can you do? Say no to plastic. Get a reusable water bottle. Turn on your tap. Use a filter. Fill up your bottle and continue to fill it up throughout the day. It's time to get drastic on plastic.